Welcome to Kansas State University's College of Education Student Internship Portfolio. This presentation will introduce you to what will be expected as you create and submit your portfolio. There are a total of 27 slides with narration which will advance automatically. So sit back, listen, and enjoy this presentation. The student internship portfolio is designed for the student intern to demonstrate their competence in teaching and learning, knowledge of content, instructional practice, and professional responsibilities of education. These categories are built around the conceptual framework of the college and are focused upon 5 separate entries. As previously mentioned, there will be 5 entries that you will be responsible for uploading for your portfolio. The first entry is the learner and learning, content knowledge, instructional practice, professional responsibility, and education research. For each of the 5 entries, there will be prompts for you to respond requiring a narrative essay and/or the compiling of data to demonstrate that you've mastered the item from the conceptual framework. The essay will be a reflective component of your experience or from the data collected in the template forms. Additionally, you must include the submission of artifacts that illustrate that you have mastered that component. An artifact is compelling evidence that you have mastered one or more of the ideas and skills contained in the College of Education's conceptual framework and your ability to conduct action research. A good artifact is professionally presented, meaningful, and accompanied by an insightful, thoughtful, and clear reflection and/or discussion. All artifacts should be clearly labeled, devoid of any identifying student information, and clearly demonstrate your ability. The artifacts should be either linked to or clearly referenced in your essay. Examples of artifacts could be course papers, lessons, units, projects, reflections, observation notes, video, or other relevant materials. The essay should be constructed to be reflective in nature, demonstrating your knowledge, professionalism, and ability as a teacher. The essay will be a maximum of 400 words unless denoted otherwise in the instructions. The opening paragraph will clearly define the part of the conceptual framework being discussed in the essay. What are the key ideas and skills of this entry subject as pertaining to effective teaching and/or student learning? Subsequent paragraphs will include evidence that is provided to help demonstrate the skills, knowledge, and practices described in the opening paragraph. Artifacts selected should be clearly referenced to or linked within the essay. The next part of this presentation will be an overview of the entry submissions, beginning with entry 1, the learner and learning. 1.1 Learner Development. Here you will show how learners grow in development. You will show how you can recognize the patterns of learning and development vary individually within and across the cognitive, linguistic, social, emotional, and physical areas, and designs and implements developmentally appropriate, relevant, and rigorous learning experiences. You should complete a reflective essay illustrating the development of the students under their supervision, and you will include 3 artifacts, which may include the contextual factors template, lesson plans, unit plans, video excerpts of teaching, and student feedback. For 1.2 Learning Differences, you will use your understanding of differences in individuals, cultures, and communities to ensure inclusive learning environments that enable each learner to meet the rigorous standards. You should also complete a reflective essay illustrating the differences of the students under your supervision. You will include 3 artifacts, which may include the contextual factors template, multicultural lesson plans, unit plans, and lesson plans. 1.3 Learning Environment. You will work with others to create environments that support individual and collaborative learning. This includes teacher and student use of technology and encourages positive social interaction, active engagement in learning, and self-motivation. Again, you will complete a reflective essay illustrating the learning environment established in your teaching. You will include 3 artifacts, which may include student assignments, student feedback, lesson plans, teacher observations and evaluations, and reflections. Entry 2 content knowledge will include your knowledge and application of content. For this entry, content knowledge, you will demonstrate that you understand the central concepts, tools of inquiry, and structures of the discipline that you are teaching and create content-specific learning and literacy experiences that make the discipline accessible and relevant to assure mastery of the content. The reflective essay may be up to 800 words, and it must illustrate appropriate content knowledge that you have used in your teaching. The artifacts to be submitted may include unit plans, lesson plans, course plans, class syllabi, teacher observations, and teacher evaluations. 2.2, the application of content. Here you will show how to engage learners through interdisciplinary lessons that utilize concept-based teaching and authentic learning experiences that will engage your students in effective communication, collaboration, outside resources, reading, technology, and critical and creative thinking. You also will complete a reflective essay which illustrates appropriate application of the content that you used in your lesson. 3 artifacts, which may include unit plans, student feedback, student evaluations, teacher observations and evaluations, lesson plans, assignments, and student work. For entry 3, instructional practice, you will show how you will plan for your instruction, assess, and the use of instructional strategies. 3.1 assessment. You will show how to use multiple measures to monitor and assess individual students' learning, engage your learners in self-assessment, and use data to make instructional decisions. You will also complete a reflective essay which illustrates appropriate use of assessment utilized in your teaching. The 3 artifacts submitted may include unit plans, student feedback, assessments, and student work. 3.2, planning for instruction. You will plan instruction that supports every student in meeting rigorous learning goals by drawing upon your knowledge of content areas, technology, curriculum, cross-disciplinary skills, and pedagogy, as well as knowledge of learners and the community context. You will complete a unit of instruction and submit this entry, a unit plan detailing content knowledge, the use of technology by the teacher and the students, and integrative content. 3.3, instructional strategies. You as the candidate will understand and use a variety of instructional strategies to encourage learners to develop deep understanding of content areas and their connections, and to build skills to apply knowledge in relevant ways. You will complete a reflective essay demonstrating how the strategies utilized in your instruction were appropriate for meeting the needs of all of your students. Entry 4, professional responsibility. In this entry, you will be engaging in professional learning and ethical practices, also in leadership, participation, and collaboration. In entry 4.1, professional learning and ethical practices, you will engage in ongoing professional learning and use evidence to continually evaluate your practice, particularly the effects of the choices and actions that you make and how they affect others, such as learners, families, and other professionals, and the community, and then be able to adapt your practice to meet the needs of each learner. You should complete a reflective essay demonstrating how you can develop professionally based on the situations that you have experienced in your internship. The final entry for entry 4 is leadership, participation, and collaboration. As a teacher, you will need to seek appropriate leadership roles and opportunities to take responsibility for student learning, to collaborate with learners, families, colleagues, and other school professionals, support staff, and community members to ensure learner growth and to advance in the profession. You should also complete a reflective essay in detailing how you have participated in the school in terms of leadership, collaboration, other school professionals, support staff, and community members. Artifacts detailing these relationships and activities should be included. The final entry of your portfolio is education research. In this entry, you will be doing data analysis of your unit. In your final entry for your portfolio, you will be analyzing and using research and data to make wise judgments about curriculum, instruction, and assessment. In this entry, you will analyze the data from one specific unit taught during your internship. You will complete data tables and subsequent questions in response to prompts. There is no reflective essay for this entry. However, there are reflective questions regarding data analysis at the end of the data tables. The goal of data analysis is not to measure student understanding of low-level identification terms prior to instruction, but rather to anticipate and plan for student growth in learning, comprehension, and higher-order thinking from instruction during your unit. Pre- and post measurements should not be an automatic given, but rather a true measurement of growth from your teaching. The tables and presentation of data can be modified from what is given. However, you should consult with your cooperating teacher, university supervisor, and clinical instructor to identify relevant sources of useful information for analysis. Your portfolio will be scored using a 5-point rubric. 5 is distinguished or exceptional, that the evidence that you demonstrate is exceptional. A 4 means that you are proficient. The evidence demonstrates comprehensive analysis, synthesis, and application. A 3 is satisfactory, which evidence demonstrates a substantial analysis, synthesis, and application. A 2 is basic or needs improvement. The evidence demonstrates that there's some analysis, synthesis, and application. And finally, a 1, which is unsatisfactory, which means that the evidence demonstrates little or no analysis, synthesis, and application. This concludes the overview of the student internship portfolio. If you have any additional questions or concerns, please contact your cooperating teacher, university supervisor, or clinical instructor.